And on 3, 2, 1. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to rebuttal about that opinion. Like they say, it giving more burden of state and like the corruptor trigger do other crimes like stealing and the others. We know like we can reduce that activity by place them on rehabilitation. We know like corruptor also need psychology mentoring to reduce crimes possibility. And corruption is like a disease, which is a need mentoring for the people who do it. Like we know besides physically punishment, they need mentoring on psychological too. And I would like to say that rehabilitation will success if they're having regrets by doing corruption. We have example like Stiano cases. He got punishment by government. He got go to jail. And he's still good having facility, which is his prison more luxurious than other criminal. It's like irony. We know he is wealthy to provide the facility by his money. So it will make the corruptor have regret or be cured of a habit. As long as the corruptor do not impoverish, they still courage to do more corruption. Why? Because they are wealthy. So it will make them more brave to do more corruption if they are still having a facility, if they are still having money to pay people to cover their criminal. So I would like to say that small corruptor, as we know, we can maybe concern about small corruptor. They will not survive long term by impoverished movement because they are do small corruptor and they are not certain corruptor who having more money, more wealthy, and they are do not forget. We need to do not forget to there's a lot lower class society who suffer their life by small corruptor. The small corruptor do crime, even it's small or even small action of corruptor. There's a lot of people who have an impact by the small corruptor do. So it doesn't matter certain or small corruptor giving serious consequence for society. Like we got example, government assistance. When corrupt by village head, it still gives serious impact for the society. Like we know that village head not big as high official, not big as GPR or KPK, but it like a small, I mean in the lower of government, but it's still giving many impact for the society. And I will talking my argument. I giving my argument like government lost a lot of money because of corruptor. And then the society will not get from the government. Like I think there's so many person in a certain capacity to corrupt without hesitation. Like society will assume that corruption is doing by government, but we know it's not all government. Like we cannot generalize. We know that is a person in a certain capacity. Like society will thinking corruption is due by all government. Like I think government is dirty job who will take community money. They will think like that. But we know making image of the government nasty because the person in a certain capacity is a lot who do corruption. It will making image of government is a bad. And I would like to say, when government do the movement like impoverish characters, it will giving society belief, and the society will not lose their believing for the government. And I think society will not living or do not obey government policy. So by impoverish corruption giving society credibility to the government, society will think their lamentation have listened by government. Like we know example like KPK leader who do corruption case in the past, it do by a person in a certain capacity. It's not all doing by KPK organization, but it do by their leader. So it just making image bad until now. It making the society not believing to the KPK. So I think this movement is good to make people I think society make their belief to the government. And also obviously government punishment, I think this is the punishment still giving a chance for corruptor to leave corruption activity. It's like a second chance to make a new life. And we can imagine other country like China. China is giving corruptor death punishment. It's more giving pro and contra in Indonesia, especially Indonesia can be enforced. Like I think the impoverish is effective choice to giving the judgment. As we know, corruption is just care and thinking about money. They are absolutely capitalism. And why we don't punish them on economic side? So that's why I want to talking. We know that this punishment is more suitable for them without making a debt or like other punishment. That's for my argument. Thank you very much.